So Hari, have you learned polynomials in school?
Yes, miss.
Okay, very good. Fine. I'll let you know. So this is the first question. Find the value of A. No, don't write anything. Find the value of A for which x minus 1 is a factor of P of x. You can see that. Okay. So find the value of A for which this expression or this is the divisor is a factor of P of x. P of x is the dividend. This is the divisor. This is the divisor. This is the dividend. Okay, so for what value of A will this one be a factor of this one? So you know when a number has to be a factor of another number, the remainder on division should be 0. If the remainder on division is 0, so when you divide say 100 by 5, okay, so the remainder is 0. So what do you conclude? 100 is a factor of 5. 5 is a multiple of 100. When the remainder is 0, you can say two things. When the remainder is 0, you can say two things. You can say that 100, the dividend 100 is a multiple of the divisor 5, or the divisor 5 is a factor of the dividend 100. So here you can see the word factor. What is the value of A for which x minus 1 is a factor of P of x? That means the remainder on division should be 0. So the remainder should be 0, meaning P of x is the dividend. This is the dividend. This is the dividend, right? Now, when you equate the divisor to 0, you get x is equal to 1. So when you find P of 1, I told you this place is always for the remainder. This place is for the remainder. Okay, the remainder should be 0. Here you know the remainder. The remainder is 0. You don't have to find the remainder because the condition is if it should be a factor, what should be the value of A? So if it should be a factor, the remainder is 0. The remainder should be 0. So P of 1 is equal to 0. See, this place is reserved for the remainder. All right. So write the dividend P of x, equate the divisor to 0 and get the value of x. X is equal to 1. So now find P of 1. But we don't have to find P of 1. We want P of 1 to be 0. We want the remainder to be 0. That means we want P of 1 to be 0. So P of 1 is equal to 0. So now how will you find P of 1? In P of x, wherever there is x, use 1. So write a square as it is. Wherever there is x, use 1. Minus 4a into 1. Wherever there is x, use 1. Plus 4a minus 1. So P of 1 is expressed like this. This is only P of 1. P of 1 means in P of x, wherever there is x, use 1. So we've used 1. Wherever there is x, we use 1. Now this equal to 0. Now we need to solve this and find the value of A. All right, write down. You can see the answer, children. Hari, you'll have to take down the question and work the answer as you see on the screen.
Okay, miss.
Yeah, any questions you can ask me. Done, children?
Miss, doubt, Miss.
Yeah.
Miss, after a square is equal to 1, Miss. So a
Yeah.
is equal. So
A
a
is
is equal to.
square root of 1, right?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah, plus or minus square root of 1. So the
Okay,
square
miss.
root of 1 is 1 only. So A is equal to plus or minus 1.
Okay, Miss.
Yeah, we can include this step. We can include that step. A is equal to plus or minus square root of 1. You can write this step also. All of you. You can include this step. Done writing, online students?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah. Okay. So here, if this polynomial has x minus 2 as a factor, if this polynomial, so this is the dividend polynomial. This is the dividend polynomial, has x minus 2 as a factor. That means when you divide this polynomial by x minus 2, the remainder is 0 because it's a factor. So the remainder is 0. Okay, that is one thing. That is one information. The other information is and leaves a remainder r when divided by x minus 3. The same polynomial, this polynomial, when divided by x minus 3, the remainder is r. Given this information, find the values of m and r. Who's that? Was it you? Okay. So there is one dividend polynomial, children. There is one dividend polynomial, and there are two expressions as the divisors. X minus 2, x minus 3, two divisors. One dividend, two divisors. Like you can have the number 40, you can divide by 8, you can divide by 7 also. Okay, when you divide by 8, the remainder is 0. But when you divide by 7, the remainder is 5. When you take the number 40, when you take the number 40, you can divide by 8, you can divide by 7, any other number also. I'm just saying 7. When you divide by 8, the remainder is 40. When you divide by 7, the remainder is 5. The remainder is 5. So we have one dividend and two divisors. Here the remainder is 0. That means 8 is a factor of 40. But when you divide 40 by 7, the remainder is 5. This kind of a situation is given using polynomials here, using expressions here. See, it's important to understand the question. That's why I'm reading it. Otherwise, I have the answer here. I can just show this and say write down. It's very important to understand the situation. So I'm reading it again for you. This is the dividend polynomial. If this dividend polynomial has x minus 2 as a factor, that means this is the divisor. When you divide this polynomial by x minus 2, the remainder is 0. That is one information. Then if you divide the same polynomial, the same thing, this one, by x minus 3, the remainder is r. Given this information, so you're given two things. Using these two things, find the values of m and r. Right? Now, whenever the polynomial is not named, particularly the dividend polynomial, if it is not named, we'll first give a name to it. That's how we start off. So we have x cubed plus mx square minus x plus 6. This is not named. So let's name it like you can call it f of x. You know that, right? Or p of x, whatever. X is the variable. So you have to call it x here. Okay, so we'll call it f of x. You can, if you want, name the others also. G of x is equal to x minus 2. Don't write anything now. Do not write anything now. Okay, now let's frame the conditions. Where x minus 2 is equal to 0, x is equal to 2. You should always equate the divisor to 0 and find the value of x. Equate the divisor to 0 and find the value of x. Now, which is the dividend? This one, f of x is the dividend. F of x is the dividend. Find f of 2. When you find f of 2, you will get the remainder. What remainder? You will get the remainder when f of x is divided by g of x. When f of x is divided by g of x, you'll get a remainder, right? The remainder is 0. Why? Because it's a factor. That remainder you should write here. Always that place is reserved for the remainder. F of 2. This is the dividend polynomial. F of 2. Find f of 2. F of 2 will give you some value. But here we know the value. What is the value? It is 0. Why? Because it's a factor. So the remainder will be 0. Now find f of 2. How will you find f of 2? In place of x, use 2. So 2 cube. See, f of 2. F of 2. So wherever there is x2, 2. Wherever there is x, not anything else. Wherever there is x, use 2. And write that is equal to 0. Correct? That's one thing. The next thing is the same dividend f of x cubed plus mx square minus x plus 6. When it's divided by, maybe you can just call it r of x or anything else. We can call it p of x is equal to x minus 3. Okay, equated to 0. Equated to 0, you get x is equal to 3. When you find f of 3, the remainder is r. When you find f of 3, what is the remainder? It is r, it's given there. The remainder is r is given. If it's a factor, we know remainder is 0. If it's not a factor, there is some remainder, right? What is the remainder? It's given r. So this is the equation, or this is the condition. F of 3 is equal to r is the condition. F of 3 is equal to r is the condition. Now how do you find f of 3? In f of x, wherever there is x, use 3. Wherever there is x, use 3. Correct? Is equal to r. So that's what you see here. That's what you see here. So when you substitute and solve, you get m is equal to minus 3. Here in this condition, see the first condition is f of 2 is equal to 0. The next one is f of 3 is equal to r. So when you work that, you're able to find the value of r. All right. Yeah. Please work and you can ask me if you have any questions. Please write down the question. As you work, if you have a doubt, you can ask me. Do not write in your own words or your own steps. You have to write down what you see on the screen. Mean, median, mode. Add and divide. Sum of all the numbers by the total number of numbers. Add the 3 numbers and divide by 3. No, you take a simpler situation. Where a situation it's like that. இதே மாதிரி வேற question எழுதலாமா? இதே மாதிரி dash into 3 is equal to 21. இதே மாதிரி ஒரு question construct பண்ணிருக்கேன். இதே மாதிரி. இப்போ இதுக்கு என்ன ஆன்சர்? எப்படி வந்து தந்துடுறேன்? இந்த நம்பர் டிவைட் பை இந்த நம்பர். அந்த ஆர்டர் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். This is equal to கப்பா இருக்கிற நம்பர் டிவைடட் பை this. அப்ப இங்க என்ன வரும்? This number divided by this. பண்ணி பார்த்தேன். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டெசிமல் பாயிண்ட்ஸ் எடுத்துட்டு பண்ணி பார்த்தேன்னா இது என்னது? Where is it? You get an answer bigger than this. Sorry, smaller than this. Divide by. You should divide this by this. That's all. Divide and get the quotient. Then you write this answer. What's up? But just write the number. Yeah, you can say 8 inside 1. But what about this decimal sign? The decimal point. 195 point. Whatever 93 divided by 2.3. Yeah. Should multiply by 10. To multiply by 10, so the decimal point here it will come here. 197. It is 327. Last that's what I told you the method. Then you should divide. So And writing? What situation? Take a situation I'm mentioning. அதான் இதை நான் இப்ப சொன்னா நான் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ற நாளைக்கு இட்ஸ் பெட்டர் இப்ப தெரிஞ்சது பண்ணுங்க எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணுங்க நான் அதான் டீட்டெயிலா சொல்லுங்க எடுத்துருங்க பரவாயில்ல பண்ண தெரியல ஓகே டீச்சர் பண்ணுங்க வந்து ஆன்சரோட வந்து இங்க இருக்க டெசிமல் பாயிண்ட்ஸ்லாம் அந்த ஆன்சர் பேட் பண்ணுங்க அப்படி டீச்சர் பண்ணுங்க வாட் டு யூ நான் லவ் வந்து 895 வந்துருக்கேன் அதுக்கு இப்போ 3 டெசிமல்னா 895 வந்து it's multiplication தான் division போட்டு கிடையாது சொல்லுங்க do whatever you want to try the others. Online students finish writing?
Going to finish.
Yeah. All finished? Yeah. Wait there. Sit in your place. Try your best. We'll discuss answers tomorrow.
Finished.
Yeah. So children, this is the dividend. This is the dividend and we've called it f of x. All right. We have two divisors. This one is a divisor. This one is also a divisor. When you divide f of x by x minus 2, the remainder is 0. But when you divide f of x by x minus 3, the remainder is r. So what are the conditions? Equate the divisors to 0. Okay, so x minus 2 is equal to 0. You get x is equal to 2. Now the dividend we have called f of x, no? So we'll find f of 2. We'll find f of 2. F of 2 because x minus 2 is a factor. F of 2
cannot
will
hear
be
the
0.
audio, miss.
Your speaker must be on mute, your device speaker. Check your device speaker, Hari Pranav. I can hear you. Okay, let me also check 1 second. What about the others? Sabarna, Sadhna, and Bhavishya? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Hari Pranav, just check your device speaker. Maybe that is in mute or probably very low volume. சத்தம் ரொம்ப வருது எனக்கு என் கிளாஸ் எடுக்க முடியல இது ஷவுட்டிங் டே don't make noise. All right, so I said there is one dividend, two divisors. One is a factor, the other is not a factor. So when you equate x minus 2 to 0, you get x is equal to 2. So f of 2 is equal to 0. This place is reserved for the remainder. F of 2 is 0. When you equate x minus 3 to 0, x is equal to 3. What is f of 3? What is f of 3? What's the remainder? R. F of 3 is equal to R.
What is average?
Mean. Add the three numbers and divide by 3. F of 3 is equal to R, correct? Now you have to work f of 2. In f of x, wherever there is x, use 2. F of 3 means in f of x, wherever there is x, use 3. And then how do you simplify this? 2 square is 4. 4 into m is 4m. And here 3 square is 9. 9 into minus 3 is minus 27. Hari, can you hear me now?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Any questions here, Hari?
No, miss, all clear, miss.
Okay. If R and S are the remainders, if R and S are the remainders, when the polynomials P of X and Q of X are divided by X plus 1 and X minus 2 respectively, and 2R plus S is equal to 6, find the value of A. All right. Let me write it like this. There is one dividend P of X, which is X cubed plus 2x squared minus 5ax minus 7. This is one. There is another dividend Q of X, which is X cubed plus ax squared minus 12ax plus 6. And the divisor here is X plus 1. The divisor here is X minus 2. Leave the paper. Okay, so the remainder here is R, the remainder here is S. Correct? These are two different situations. P of X is the dividend. X plus 1 is the divisor. R is the remainder. Then there's another situation. Q of X is the dividend. X minus 2 is its divisor. S is the remainder. Now, in the first case, let's equate the divisor to 0. So the value of X is minus 1. Here, let's equate the divisor to 0. The value of X is 2. Now, what is the dividend called? P of X. So we have to find P of minus 1. Here, what is the dividend called? Q of X. So we have to find Q of 2 because X is 2. X is 2. So Q of 2. All right. Is equal to. This place is for the remainder. If you know the remainder, you should put the remainder there. This place is for the remainder. If you know the remainder, put the remainder there. Now, what is the remainder? R. So that is R. If it's a factor 0, this place is for the remainder. What is the remainder? S. If the factor, then factor means remainder will not be given. You should put 0. S. That's all. We got two equations. We've constructed two equations. P of minus 1 is equal to R is one equation. Q of 2 is equal to S is another equation. Now substitute and solve. You'll get the values of. You will get the value of A. Let's see how it works. 1 minute. There's another condition given. I'm sorry. There's another condition given. You first work this. I'll tell you. You first work this and this. Don't see this one, children. I'll explain this. Don't see this one now. Work this and this. Don't work this. Work only this and this and stop. All right. All right. So I'll just tell you how to simplify this. Minus 1 the whole cube means what? Minus 1. We're talking about this step. We're talking about this step. So minus 1 the whole cube means minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1, which is minus 1. And here, as I've told you earlier, be very careful. Do not multiply plus into minus minus. Don't do that. You must first simplify the bracket. What is minus 1 the whole square? Minus 1 into minus 1. Minus 1 the whole square is minus 1 into minus 1. That is plus 1. So this answer is plus 1. Now plus 2 into plus 1 is plus 2. Then here minus into minus plus 5a into 1 is 5a. Minus 7 is equal to r. So minus 1 plus 2 is plus 1. Minus 7 plus 1 is minus 6. So you have 5a minus 6 is equal to r. R is equal to 5a minus 6. The remainder r is given by the expression 5a minus 6. R is a remainder, right? R is a remainder. The remainder is given by the expression 5a minus 6. On the other side, 2 square is 4. 4 into a is 4a. 2 cubed is 8. And here it's 24a plus 6 is equal to s. So on simplifying this, you get the remainder s is given by the expression 14 minus 20a. The remainder s is given by the expression 14 minus 20a. So r is given by the expression 5a minus 6. The remainder s is given by the expression 14 minus 20a. Now we need to find the value of a. That's the question. Find the value of a. So we have a third condition given to us. These two already we used. We have a third thing given to us. What is it? 2r plus s is equal to 6. We are given that 2 times r plus s is equal to 6. So now substitute 2 times r. What is the value of r? 2 into r is what? 5a minus 6. Plus what is s? 14a minus 20a. Sorry, not 14a. 14 minus 20a. 14 minus 20a is equal to 6. So there's a third condition given to us. There's a third condition given to us. 2r plus s is equal to 6. So instead of r, we need to use அது முன்னாடியே சைலண்ட் மோட்ல போடலாம்ல. Okay. So we have this condition. I said instead of r, use 5a minus 6. And instead of s, use 14 minus 28. And simplify. So 10a minus 12 plus 14 minus 20a is equal to 6. What is 10a minus 20a? Minus 10a. Minus 12 plus 14 plus 2 is equal to 6. Now take this to the other side. So minus 10a is equal to 6 minus 2, 4. Minus 10a is equal to 6 minus 2, 4. So a is equal to 4 by minus 10. So 2 2s are 2 5s are. So it is 2 by minus 5, or it's minus 2 by 5, or you can put a minus like this and write 2 by 5. Everything is fine. All right. Now complete the answer, children. finish, Sana? Understand what they've written? Then don't say it. There's some also my teacher said ignore this. Anana. Online students, finish writing?
Yes, miss.
Okay. All right. Any questions, Bhavishya? Sadhana, Sabarna, Hari?
No, no.
No, miss, clear, miss.
All right. All right. This is the next one. When polynomials f of x and g of x are divided by x minus 3. So here there are two dividends and only one divisor. When the polynomials f of x and the g of x, both of them are divided separately by x minus 3. That means f of x is divided by x minus 3. G of x is divided by x minus 3. The remainder in each case remains the same. The remainder is the same in both the cases. Find the value of p. So let me write it like this for you. F of x is a dividend, px cubed plus 4x squared plus 3x minus 4. Then there's another dividend, g of x is equal to x cubed minus 4x plus p. Divisor in both the cases, x minus 3. In both the cases, divisor is x minus 3. The remainder is not given, but the remainder is the same in both the cases. Same remainder, whatever remainder you get here, you get the same remainder here. Now, always equate the divisor to 0. So when you equate the divisor to 0, you get x is equal to 3. Here also you'll get the same thing. Okay. Now we'll have to find f of 3. F of 3. F of 3 will give you the remainder, right? Will give us the remainder. F of 3 will give us the remainder. Here, what is it? G of x. So G of 3 will give us the remainder, correct? When you find f of 3 and g of 3, you will get the remainders respectively. You will get the remainders. I told you, no, when you write f of 3 is equal to, you must write the remainder here. So f of 3 will give you the remainder. G of 3 also will give you the remainder. But what's the condition given? The remainder, when you get here, the remainder you get here is equal to the remainder you get here. The remainder is the same in both the cases. That means f of 3 is equal to g of 3. The remainder, see, we are always interested in constructing that equation first. If you construct the equation, then working is easy. So I'm constructing the equation first. F of 3 is the remainder in the first case. G of 3 is the remainder in the second case. Now it's given that the remainder is the same in both the cases. So that means f of 3 is equal to g of 3. Now what do you mean by f of 3? In f of x, wherever there is x, you will use 3. You will put 3. In f of x, wherever there is x, you should use 3. 3, 3. G of 3 means in g of x, wherever there is x, you will use 3. Correct? That's all. So do that and get the value. All right. That fine? So see here, remainder when f of x is divided by x minus 3 is equal to, when I type no, I can't put the equal to in the middle. So it will always come here. You can put it here. You can put it here. The remainder when f of x is divided by x minus 3 is equal to the remainder when g of x is divided by x minus 3. Correct? Okay, is equal. That means, this means what? F of 3. How do I get f of 3? X minus 3 is equal to 0, x is equal to 3. This means f of 3 is equal to g of 3. The remainders are the same. This remainder is equal to this remainder. That is f of 3 is equal to g of 3. You understand that equation? Okay. So now how do you find f of 3? In f of x, wherever there is x, use 3. And that's how you get this. Is equal to, this is equal to g of 3. Meaning in g of x, wherever there is x, use 3. And you'll get this one. Work that and solve and find the value of p. See, I'm interested in constructing this equation. If you construct this equation, it's very easy to substitute and solve. Yeah, please do it. You must not write everything from the board. That's simplifying and all that you should do by yourself. And then you should check with the answer on the board. Take the main contents from the board and then that working, that simplifying part, you should do it yourself and then check with the answer. Finished. Finish writing, online students?
Miss, doing. Miss.
Okay, yeah. Exercise, huh? Yeah, here, all of you finish writing? Okay. You missed 2 classes, right, Roshni? You watched the recordings? You wrote down also everything. You or your mother wrote it for you? Okay. No, sometimes students don't have time, no? So parents write. So I asked. Huh? If you finished here? Online students, please let me know once done.
Done. Completed, ma'am.
Okay. Hari finished?
Yes, miss.
Okay. All right, children. So f of 3, what do you understand by f of 3? F of 3 will give us the remainder when f of x is divided by x minus 3. And what do we understand by g of 3? G of 3 will give us the remainder when g of x is divided by x minus 3. And it is given that the remainders are the same in both the cases. That is why we wrote f of 3 is equal to g of 3. And now f of 3 means what? In f of x. See, f of 3 means what? F of 3. Instead of x, you're using 3. So everywhere, instead of x, you should use 3. Instead of x, use 3. Correct? G of 3 means g of 3. That means in g of x, wherever there is x, you should use 3. So you should not do 4 into 3, 12 and 12 square. It's not 4 into 3, 12 and 12 square, 144. No, it is 3 square, 9. 3 square is 9. 9 fours are 36. 3 square is 9. 9 fours are 36. Okay, any issues with the calculation, children? Is it clear? Okay. Next one. If the polynomial f of x, when divided by x plus 1, leaves the remainder 20. Now, Pranav, frame the condition for me. Frame the condition. This is the dividend. This is the dividend. This is the divisor, and this is the remainder. This is the dividend. This is the divisor, and this is the remainder. I want a simple condition. Meaning, all this information, put it in simple words using the remainder theorem. Not simple words as a simple equation. All of you think? Light on the schedule. Can you try, Hari?
Miss, no, miss, I can't understand.
Okay, no problem. Hari, equate the divisor to 0. Which is the divisor here?
Miss, x plus 1.
Equate it to 0. What's the
X
value
minus
of x?
X minus 1. X is equal to minus 1.
X is equal to minus 1. Now, how will you find the remainder? 1 second. Navneet, light on. Such a dumb he is. என்ன கை காமிச்சா தெரியாத என்ன சொல்ல வரேன். Yeah, sorry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, x is equal to -1. All right. Now, which is the dividend? Meaning, name the dividend.
Miss, f of x, miss.
F of x is the dividend. Now, how will you find the remainder? Now, there's a division process happening. F of x is divided by x plus 1.
X minus x.
And you will get a remainder, right? How will you express the
X.
remainder? That's what I want. You said something. F of?
X. F of -1.
Very good. And what is the remainder? The remainder is 20, right?
Yes, miss.
And where will you write the remainder? F of -1?
Is equal to 20.
This is what I asked you. Very good. See, you know it, but my question, I did not maybe put my question clearly. This is what I wanted. F of -1 is equal to 20. When you read information, you must put it, you must make a mathematical equation out of it using remainder theorem.
Okay.
That's very important. Yeah, very good, Hari. So when f of x is divided by x plus 1, the remainder is 20. So f of x is the dividend. Equate the divisor to 0. So you get x is equal to -1. How will we find the remainder? We should find f of -1. To find the remainder, we should find f of -1. But the remainder is 20. That means f of -1 is equal to 20. Is equal to 20. Now you should work this and find the value of a. When you work this, you can get the value of a. See, find a. When you work this, you can get the value of a. This a, you can see a here, 3a, a. Now, the next question is, also find the remainder when f of x is divided by x plus 2. Now, once you find the value of a, okay, supposing the value of a is, supposing you work and you get the value of a as 4. So then what is f of x? What is f of x? This is 3 into 4. This is 3. I'm saying, for example, a is equal to 4. Then 3 is what? 3 into 4, 12. And what is 12 minus 7? 5 plus 5. So actually, f of x is x to the power 4 plus, minus 2x cubed plus 3x square minus 9x. 3 for the 12. 12 minus 7 is plus 5. This is the polynomial. This is only f of x. This is only f of x. Use the value of a. This is f of x. Now find the remainder when it's divided by x plus 2. So that means x plus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to -2. And you should find the f of -2. You must find it. You don't know. You should find. That means -2 the whole power 4. -2 into -2 the whole cube. You should find f of -2. Work, and we can discuss again if it's not clear. Please work. Maybe I'll just do it once again, children. Sorry to disturb you. Please listen again. See here. It's given that f of x leaves remainder 20 when divided by x plus 1. This is given to us. F of x leaves remainder 20 when divided by x plus 1 is given to us. So how do you put it symbolically? How do you put it symbolically? When you equate x plus 1 is equal to 0, x is equal to -1. So f of -1, because f of x, so f of -1 is equal to 20. That is what is given to us. So now f of -1 means what? In f of x, wherever there is x, use -1. For a, you should not put -1. Only x, you should put -1. Wherever there is x, you should use -1. So substitute like that. So on solving, you're able to find the value of a. Now, construct f of x. Construct f of x. What is f of x? In this 3a, no? 3a. 3a is 3 into 4. So 3 4s are 12 minus 7. This is 5. All right. So now we have actually constructed f of x. Now find the remainder when it's divided by x plus 2. So x plus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to -2. We should find f of 2. And the remainder is 67. Yeah. Work this, children. Okay. Online students, finish writing?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Going to finish.
Okay. Understand how it works, children? Done writing, children here? Okay. Pranav finished?
Yes, miss.
All right. Any questions, online students?
No, miss.
All right.
No, ma'am.
All right, children. Fine. So this long division is what all of you are saying that is not taught in your school, right? Sabarna, Sadhana, have you learned long division in school? In polynomials?
No, ma'am.
Hari?
Yes, miss.
This kind of division have you learned in school, Hari?
Yes, miss. Miss, miss, I studied, miss, but I can't understand, miss.
No, but your teacher has your teacher used this procedure in 9th standard to solve any question?
Yes, miss.
Ah,
Miss, but but I can't understand this, miss.
okay. One second. Wait. Okay, Hari, Hari, I have to நீங்க சொல்றத வச்சுதான் இங்க நான் யாரையும் பிடிக்கணும். இந்த மெத்தட் ஸ்கூல்ல இந்த வருஷம் டீச்சர் யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்காங்களா ஹரி?
Yes,
ஏன்னா
miss.
இங்க ஏன்னா இங்க கிளாஸ்ல உங்க ஸ்கூல்ல இந்த ஒரு பையன் இருக்கு, இந்த மெத்தடே இல்லன்ட்டாங்க, சிந்தட்டிக் டிவிஷன் தான் இருக்கான், இது கிடையாதான்றாங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்றான். So I want to catch him now.
Okay, miss.
Last, what did you tell me? Huh? You don't. This guy, he told me, when I told him that this long division is important, he said, no. My teacher said synthetic division is important, long division is not important. You were the one who told me that. Oh, look at that. See this. I'm like, I was telling, how can a teacher say that? Then how did your friend say that long division? Another cluster. So that means I told you should trust me. Long division is very important. But when I did this in the last year, my teacher said long division is not important, only synthetic division is important. Okay. All right, children. Fine. This question actually was done in the last class. Hari, you told me that this long division is not clear for you. We'll do it. Okay. I'm not taking this question now, but we'll do it because I just want to continue with questions like this. I want to continue with questions of this kind in today's class. Next session, we'll take up long division again. Hari, I'll also share the recordings of the earlier classes. Okay, you please watch the recordings. In one of the recordings, I've explained the long division procedure.
Okay, miss.
Okay, you try. Otherwise, we'll do it again in the class. All right.
Okay, miss.
Yeah. So this sum is, we did this actually in the last class. You remember minus 61x plus 65 was a remainder. The same thing we did in the last class. Yeah, this is the next question, children. Yeah, Bhavishya, read the question and construct the meaning. Write it in short symbolically. Read the question, understand the information, and tell me in short symbolically.
Okay.
That is using symbols. Yes, Bhavishya.
Ma'am, g of x is equal to x minus 2. X minus 2 is equal to 0. X is
Okay.
equal to 2.
Okay. 1 second, Bhavishya. Sorry to say. You don't keep wriggling like this. Okay, fine. All right, I got it. You didn't say. You conveyed what your teacher told. Fine. I understand that. Yeah. Yeah, Bhavishya. Please continue. X is equal to 2. Yeah, after this.
P of x is equal to 2x cube plus kx square minus 3x
I don't
plus
want
5.
that. No, I want something else.
Ma'am, P of 2 is equal to 2 into 2.
No. Hari Pranav. What is P of 2 equal to?
Miss, 1 minute, miss. I'll read the question along, miss.
Yeah. Yeah, keep the answer ready. Or if you write it in your book, write somewhere behind or in the rough column. Write the two conditions. I'll come around and see your books. Don't say the answer, write the two. Read this question and you can construct two conditions or two equations. You can write this information symbolically. All right. Write that in your book. Don't show your friends. Hide it. I'll come and see. Online students. Sadhana, Sabarna.
Ma'am,
Yeah, please answer this. Hari, you got it?
no, ma'am, I'm working on it.
It's working.
No, I don't want the answer, Hari. No. P of 2 is equal to what should I write here?
Miss, A and B, miss. A minus B.
What are the remainders, Hari?
A and B, miss.
Okay. So what should I write here? A or B? What should I write here? Okay, fine. 1 minute. What are the two situations? P of x is equal to 2x cubed plus kx squared minus 3x plus 5. And the other one is q of x is equal to x cubed plus 2x squared minus x plus k. Both of it are divided by x minus 2. X minus 2. The remainder here is A, the remainder here is B. Okay, now don't say online students. I've written something. Now construct the equation. That is, write this information symbolically. I'll ask you. Have your answer. I'll just go around the class and come back. You need to focus. And I'm not able to evaluate you both. This guy I already evaluated. You shake your head. You behave like you give me a feeling that you've understood, but actually you're not able to answer the question. Now, this is a critical question. This one, I want to judge you using this answer. And I didn't see anything in your book. Sadhna, sorry, Sahana, are you able to focus? Something is disturbing you? You want to sit in the first bench or you want to come here? Yeah, now tell me. Hari Pranav.
Miss, P of 2 is equal to A, miss, and Q of 2 is equal to B.
Hari Pranav. Very, 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 very good. Bhavishya. Very good, Hari Pranav.
Thank you, miss.
Bhavishya, this is what I wanted. I wanted this. Sahana, you wrote P of X is equal to A. P of X is equal to A. No. P of 2 is equal to A. X minus 2 is equal to 0. So X is equal to 2. So when you find P of 2, the remainder is A. When you find, so here also, same divisor, no? So when you find Q of 2, the remainder is B. All right, children, I don't know how to help better. You can ask me if I'm not clear, you should ask me questions. I can try again and again and make you understand. But if you don't ask me anything, I assume that you understood. You can even tell me that you're not clear, repeat. If you don't know what doubt to ask, you can just ask me to repeat the whole thing. If you nod your head for everything, and what can I do? I'm ready to help. That's my work. So this is a very, very important equation. This is what you'll have to write. P of 2 is equal to A, Q of 2 is equal to B. So from that, you will get the expression for A and B. What is A? 4K plus 15. What is B? 14 plus K. Now there's a condition given to you. A minus B is equal to 0. That's the third step. A minus B is equal to 0. That's the third step. This is the first step, second step. Now the third step, A minus B is equal to 0. Condition is given. So in this condition, what is A? 4K plus 15 minus, what is B? 14 plus K is equal to 0. Now when there's a minus sign, please use the bracket. Use the bracket. A minus B. So this is A minus B, minus 14, minus of 14 plus K. This is A minus, this is B is equal to 0. Please use a bracket. There's a minus sign here. Please use a bracket. And when you work that equation, you can find the value of K, which is minus 1 by 3. All right, online students, start working. Bhavishya, if I'm not clear, please ask me where you have a doubt. Others here, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Now you understand? Okay, very good. Right.
Ma'am, after that I have changed to P of 2 is equal to A at that time.
Okay, okay, very good. No, I am sure you've understood, but maybe you just said P of X, but I know you know it is P of 2. Okay. Yeah, please work, children. Finished? Done writing all of you here? Okay. Online students, finished?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sadhana, Sabarna, and Hari?
Completed.
Miss,
Okay.
writing.
Okay, yeah. Finish and let me know, Hari. It's 2 years ago, ever since COVID, some portions have been deleted. First they did for 10th, then 9th, and now 6, 7, 8. So now we have a new NCERT syllabus called the rationalized syllabus. Okay. So basically it's become basic math now. Basic math it's become. So what happened is when my daughter finished 10th standard, so she did not have a concept called complementary angles in trigonometry. She did not have that. That was deleted. So it was not taught in school. 11th standard, that concept was supposed to be used somewhere in physics. And the teacher said, this is a part of 10th standard, which you already know. But in 10th standard, it was not taught. And the 11th standard teacher, she's not worried because, see, it's deleted, but the teacher should have taught. She says her argument is the teacher should have taught you because she knows you don't know, but the teacher knows that it is there in 11th standard mathematics. She was not taught. Meaning students were not taught that the concept of complementary angles, but physics was taught. Using that concept, physics was taught. Nobody cares what students today say. So if I teach you something, please learn it. It is needed. It may have been deleted from your syllabus, but it's not deleted from mathematics. If they say that division is no more mathematics, then we'll not learn. Division is no more mathematics. That is a different subject. Then we'll not learn. But division is still maths. So like that they remove some concepts. Yeah, good, Hari. Like that they remove some concepts, but it's there ahead. Now you will say, I'm going to take commerce, so it doesn't matter for me. That's a different story. Or I'm going to take arts, so it's okay. Deleted portions I don't want to learn. But that's what is happening. Some portions are deleted. But this happened. Now maybe they have revised 11th and 12th syllabus also. That I don't know. But when my daughter studied, that's what happened. Few concepts which were deleted in 10th standard portions happened in 11th standard, but was not taught in 11th. All right. So please, children, I insist that you should know to construct these tiny important equations. See, it's so simple, but it's so important. If you construct this, you can write all this. This one is so important. So in the rough column, you'll wonder from where did you write 2? In the rough column, you would have done no x minus 2 is equal to 0, x is equal to that will show in the rough column. Hello? Yeah. Yes, children. So I was telling you that these equations are so important. Please, maybe it's not done like this. I don't know. See, every teacher has a different way of doing, but I believe this is very powerful. You must learn to write this. If you write this, then the other steps just follow. P of 2 is what is here. Is equal to AA. Then we simplify this and we get this is equal to A. Then this further simplified like this is equal to A. So like this, we find A and B, and then we substitute in the other condition given that A minus B is equal to 0, and we find the value of K. That's a question. Find K. See, K is here, K is here. So find the value of K. All right. Yeah, all of you construct. See, when I say construct the tiny equation, this one I'm talking about this equation. Construct similar equations. Yeah. The complete answer, I'll show you the slide. You should write from the slide. Don't work on your own. I just want you to construct those equations. This time you're wrong. She's like, tell me, you're wrong, you're right, you're wrong, you're not. You're right, you're right. You're listening. You're right. And you're right. I read my hand not finished. No, so it's fine. It's very nice. And I just have life for you. It's not. What's your name? Yeah, he's fine. He's right. Krishna Priyan was right both the times. Now you are right. And students who have made a mistake, be happy that you've made a mistake. So you will not do this in the exam. Yeah, Bhavishya. What are the conditions you have framed? Bhavishya, please share your conditions. Sadhana, Sabarna. Okay, Hari.
F of 7 is equal to P inverse and F of 4 is equal to Q.
F of 7 is equal to
P.
இங்க ஹரி எங்க கிளாஸ்லயும் 3 பேர் இந்த உங்க ஆன்சர் தான் சொல்லிருக்காங்க. F of 7 is equal to P அப்புறம் F of 4 is equal to
Q.
Q. ஒன்னு சேர்த்து 4 பேர் இங்க இதே ஆன்சர் தான் சொல்லிருக்காங்க. சரி, அப்ப ஹரி, is it given that when f of x is divided by x minus 7, the remainder is p எங்க கொடுத்திருக்கு? I'll tell the meaning. Okay, Hari, you can disable your mic. நான் இப்ப நீங்க எழுதிருக்கிற ஈக்குவேஷனுக்கு மீனிங் நான் சொல்றேன். அதாவது நான் எப்படி புரிஞ்சுக்கிறேன்னு நான் சொல்றேன். நீங்க வந்து f of 7 is equal to p அப்படின்னு எழுதினா நான் என்ன புரிஞ்சுக்கிறேன்னா, when you divide f of x by x minus 7, the remainder is p, is what I understand. But where is it given that the remainder is p? Find the values of p and q. That is there. But is it given that the remainder is p? Answer that question.
No, miss.
Is it given? No. Then what is the remainder? Is the remainder given?
0. No.
No. Answer this question. Is the remainder given? No.
No.
Then how can you find the remainder? Okay, you said some answer, you're right. Okay, so that's what is the meaning. So again, Prenu, Sahana and Kamalika. So when you write f of 4 is equal to q, the meaning is when f of x is divided by x minus 4, the remainder is q is the meaning. The remainder is q is the meaning. But what is the remainder? X minus 7 and x minus 4 are factors. That means when you divide f of x by x minus 7, the remainder is, because it's a factor, the remainder is 0. Because we have to find the values of p and q, we feel the remainder is p and the remainder is q. Who told us that the remainders are p and q? Find the values of p and q. But the remainders are not given to be p and q. They are factors. That means the remainders are 0 in both the cases. Now, have you understood from your mistake? Is it clear now? Yeah, you also wrote something like that first. No, somebody here. You, yeah. Now you understand? F of x is the dividend. When you divide that by x minus 7, the remainder is 0 because it's a factor. Because x minus 7 is a factor of this one. Similarly, x minus 4 is a factor of this one. So in both the cases, when you perform the long division, the remainder will be 0. So see here, don't write, wait. So x minus 7 is a factor of f of x. This means f of 7 is equal to 0 because the remainder will be 0. It's a factor. Similarly, x minus 4 is a factor of f of x. This means f of 4 is equal to 0. That's all. Once you construct these equations, once you construct this equation and this equation, all this is easy. Why? Because now what is f of 7? In f of x, wherever there is x, you're going to use 7. And then this is equal to the 0, 0. And then you're going to work this. Similarly here. So constructing this and this equation are so important. It makes your work so easy. Okay, so here when you work, children, you get something like this. And to simplify an equation, whenever there's a common factor, you can divide by that common factor throughout. So see here, 343 divided by 40. Okay, now you'll wonder, like, how do you know that it's divisible by 49? That's because we should know that we have learned cubes and cube roots, squares and square roots, cubes and cube roots in 8th standard. So we have come across this. 7 into 7 is 49, and 7 into 7 into 7 is 343. So when you see the numbers 49 and 343, see here, 7 into 7 into 7 is 343. That means 49 into 7 is 343. 49 into 7 is 343. So 49 into 7 is 343. So 49 is a common factor. So you divide by 49 throughout to make the equation simpler. So divide by 49 throughout. So that means divide this one by 49. You will get 7p. Divide this one by 49. You will get q. Because 49 and 49 will get cancelled. Plus q. Divide this one by 49. Plus 1. Divide this also by 49. 0. You must divide the equation throughout. You should divide everybody in the LHS and everybody in the RHS by 49. The equation throughout by 49. Every term in the left hand side should be divided by 49. Every term in the right hand side also should be divided by 49. 0 divided by 49 is 0. That's how we simplify the equation. So we divide by 49 throughout. So this one divided by 49. 49 ones are 49 sevens are 7p. This one divided by 49 plus q. This one divided by 49 plus 1. This one divided by 49, 0. All right, I'll come to this later. I'll come to this one later. Similarly, here when you work, you get 64, 16, 64. So you know 16 fours are 64. So divide by 16 throughout. So this one divided by every term divided by 16. This one by 16, this one by 16, this one by 16, this one also by 16. 0 by 16 is 0. Now here we have a different situation. We have a different situation here. What do you have here? You have 7p plus q plus 1 is equal to 0. That means you have an equation in P and Q. You have one equation in P and Q. See here, 4p plus q plus 4 is equal to 0. You have another equation in P and Q. So what you should do is have P and Q on one side and take the number to the other side. Have P and Q on one side and take the number to the other side. So plus 1 becomes minus 1. Here also have 4p and plus q on one side and take plus 4 to the other side. So it will become minus 4. So this is how we construct equations in P and Q. So one equation is 7p plus q is equal to minus 1 and 4p plus q is equal to minus 4. These are the two equations. Now to solve these two equations, we have to solve these two equations and find the values of P and Q. That's the question. Find the values of P and Q is a question. So write the equations one below the other. So see here, I've written the equations one below the other. This is the first equation. This one is the first equation. I've written it here. And this is the second equation. You can see it here. Now, to proceed with this, you have to get rid of P or Q. You must get rid of P or Q. You have to cancel out. Either P should disappear or Q should disappear. Now, before this, let me say something else. 1 second. Now, when you have two equations, supposing you have A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 4, supposing. Okay, now you can add these two equations. You can add these two. So you'll get A plus B is equal to 5 plus 4, 9. You can also subtract the equations. When you have two equations, you can subtract the equations. A minus B is equal to 5 minus 4, 1. You can multiply the equations. You can multiply the equations. When you have two equations, you can add them, you can subtract, you can also multiply them. So you'll get A into B is equal to 20. You can also divide one by the other. You can also divide one by the other. So A by B is equal to 5 by 4. When you have two equations with you, you can add the two equations, you can subtract the two equations, you can multiply the two equations, you can divide the two equations. You can choose to do anything you want according to the situation. So now when we say subtract the equations, that means you should change the signs of the second equation. When we say subtract, when we say equation 1 minus equation 2, that means we must change the signs of all the terms in the second equation. So see here. In a situation like this, we'll either choose to add the two equations or subtract the two equations. Understand what I say? When we have a situation like this, we'll take two options. We'll not take multiplication division option. We'll take only two options. We'll either add it or subtract it. Now you should decide. If you want to add or subtract, you should decide. And that decision is based on the situation here. Now here, if you add, that is, let me write it here. 7p plus q is equal to minus 1. 4p plus q is equal to minus 4. Supposing I add, I'll get 7p plus 4, 7p plus 4p, 11p, plus q plus 2q is equal to minus 1, minus 4, minus 5. Do we understand what I've written? This is what you will get when you add the two equations. 7p plus 4p is 7p plus 4p is 11p. Q plus q, 1q plus 1q is 2q. Minus 1 minus 4 is minus 5. Now this is of no help to us because we have both the variables p and q again. We cannot find the value of p or q. So you should not add here. Sometimes you can add. We'll see a situation like sometimes you can add. Now here you try to subtract. So adding is not possible. Adding is not possible because when you add, you are not getting rid of P or Q. ரெண்டுமே வருது திருப்பி கீழே. மறுபடியும் you're getting P and Q. No, you should not. You should have only P or only Q. So now let's try to subtract the two equations. Subtract means change the signs. So see, it's plus 4P, make it minus 4P. It's plus Q, make it minus Q. It's minus 4, make it plus 4. So see, when I type, I can put it below. Don't put it like this. You put it like here, minus 4P. Plus becomes minus. Minus becomes plus. You people always, whenever you see signs here, you don't put it here. You put it beside the terms and terms itself. You don't put it here. You put it here like this, and like this. If it's plus, make it minus. If it's minus, make it plus. Throughout in the second equation, throughout every term, you should change the sign, opposite sign, plus, minus, minus, plus. Now let us simplify. What is 7P minus 4P? Take the new sign. What is 7P minus 4P? 3P. Plus Q minus Q. Cancels. 0. Plus Q minus Q. 0. So you've eliminated Q. You've eliminated Q. Q is gone. Q has disappeared now. Is equal to minus 1 plus 4. 3. Plus 3. So P is equal to 3 by 3. 3P is equal to 3. P is equal to 3 by 3. P is equal to 1. So when you have equations, when you have two equations in two variables, maybe x, y, p, q, m, n. When you have a situation like this, you must write the equations one below the other. That is, there are two things which are not known, p and q. Two things which are not known. Write the equations one below the other. Have two options, either add or subtract. How do you know which one to choose? So simply add in your mind. What will happen? You'll get 11p plus 2q. Oh, you're getting p and q again. No, you don't want both. You want only one of them. So change the signs. Change the signs and see. Minus, minus, plus. Now q and minus q will get cancelled. Yeah, now you've eliminated q. So you have only p. Now proceed with this. Sometimes adding, subtracting both won't work. That's a different situation. I'll tell you when we come to that, okay? Now, for now, this information is enough for you. Okay, that's why I subtracted. So now we found P. Now substitute the value of P. Substitute the value of P. P is equal to 1, no? Put P is equal to 1 here. Put P is equal to 1. What do you get? 7 into 1, 7 plus Q is equal to minus 1. So Q is equal to minus 1 minus 7, which is equal to minus 8, correct? Or you can put it here also. P is equal to 1, you can put it here also. 4 into 1. 4 plus Q is equal to minus 4. Q is equal to minus 4 minus 4. Q is equal to minus 8. Any one equation you can substitute. This is how we find the values of P and Q. Understood, all of you? Yeah, write down, children. Please write down.
Ma'am, I have shared the photo through WhatsApp.
Okay. Oh, yes, Bhavishya. I just noticed. Yes, you're right, Bhavishya. Very good. Your equations are correct. Good. Handwriting? Okay. என்னம்மா he's faster than you. அம்மா அதான். அவன் அப்படியே ஆரம்பிச்சு முடிச்சிட்டானா? அவன் ஹேண்ட் ரைட்டிங் பாரு நீ. You need to work on your handwriting actually. I'll tell you how to practice. Come here. நீ தினம் எழுது. நீ தினம் இதை வந்து just கை எடுக்காம ட்ரை பண்ணு. This should work. கையை எடுக்கிறது சொல்லி. Right, சின்ன சின்ன வேர்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் drawing writing பெரிய இது. So the கான்சியஸா practice பண்ணணும். அதுவாக தான். Okay, no, but seriously I'm saying, just take some words and practice writing it, cursive handwriting. அவ்வளவுதான். It's just நான் இப்படிதான் பண்ணுவேன் நீங்க நினைச்சா பண்ணிடலாம். அந்த அந்த வில் பவர் வரும். நான் இனிமே இப்படிதான் பண்ணுவேன், இப்படிதான் எழுதுவேன் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சுக்கோ, இப்படிதான் வரும் எனக்கு. You should train your mind for that. Okay, yeah. பரவாயில்ல, முன்னாடிக்கு லெஜபிளா இருக்கு. புரியுது நீ என்ன எழுதுன்னு இப்ப புரியுது. நீ வந்த போஸ்ட்ல எனக்கு பரதா பிச்சு போட்ட மாதிரி இருக்கு. No, now it's really better, but you can still improve. Yeah. So you are laughing at him, huh? So girls, we always have a beautiful handwriting, no? We don't have problem. We don't have problem with handwriting. See the girls there. Black pen la question, blue pen la answer. All right, ready? Yeah, online students. Hari Pranav, Sadhna, Sabarna, Bhavishya.
Miss.
Finished?
Yes, miss.
Yes, ma'am.
Completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, miss.
Okay, can I give a similar question as the test now? No, get your doubts clarified here. Any doubt here? Okay, so what are the new things you saw in this answer? What are the new things? When you have an equation like this, you must simplify the. See, this situation need not happen in every other question. You should look out. Maybe you cannot, maybe it's already simple, or maybe you have numbers which do not have a common divisor. Now here you can see every number is divisible by 49. You're not listening. So you should look out. The situation can happen, may not happen. So the new things in this answer are dividing this equation throughout by 49, simplifying the equation like that. And then you have in this equation, we have two unknowns, P and Q. So what we have to do, you'll have to have the P term and the Q term on one side and shift the constant to the other side. So in the second equation also, we had to divide by 16 throughout. That is new to us. And we have a P term, a Q term, and a constant. So we have the P and Q terms on one side and we shift the constant to the other side. And then we write the equations one below the other. We can add or subtract. Here we subtract so that plus Q and minus Q will get cancelled. You're getting rid of the variable Q so that you can find the value of P. Once you find the value of P, you should again substitute in this equation or this equation and get the value of Q. And the question was to find the values of P and Q. And here we found the values of P and Q. This is a test. Online students can finish it, take photo and put it on WhatsApp if possible.
Okay, miss.
Yeah. Please take down the question first and then start working. All of you. Done? What are your values? (43/3). That looks wrong. -7 and 11. Okay, we'll see. No, one number is right. The second number, I think, after substituting that sign changing, you didn't calculate that correctly. Both wrong. Minus? Working still, online students?
Yes, miss.
Okay. No, your first number was correct. What did you say? -7 or something, no? Yeah, that was right. The second number is wrong. M is equal to? No. No, I just saw if the different situation, same situation. Huh? See, இதெல்லாம் பண்ணும். Exactly, அதே மாதிரி தான் என்ன சொல்றது, similar situation. So you should be able to do it. Nobody? What's happening, online students? Got the equations? Are you solving the equations?
Yes, miss.
You got the two equations, Hari?
Miss, doing, miss.
No, did you get the two equations?
1 minute, miss.
Okay, read out the equations then.
Miss, the P of 1 is equal to 0 and P of -2 is equal to 0.
Okay. Once you work that, you will get some equation. What is that?
Miss, Means for p of minus 2 is equal to 0 is equal to minus m plus n is equal to minus 16.
1 second, 1 second. Okay, online students, I'm going to unshare my screen, so you will not be able to see my screen for some time. You also. Let's just see the answer, and I'm unsharing my screen. 1 second. Yeah. Now tell me. Yes. Yeah. Pranav, tell me, Pranav. P
Means
of
for
minus 2 is equal to 0. What do you get? What's the equation you got?
minus m plus n is equal to minus 16.
Minus m plus n. No, Pranav. No. For the next one?
Means for next one, m plus n is equal to minus 11.
Very good. That's correct. M plus n is equal to minus 11 is correct. The first equation you need to check. Please check the
Okay.
first one. Yeah, here. What's your first equation? Minus 2m. Very nice. This boy has got it. Very good. The next one. Next one, Hari Krishapriyan. Next equation. Very good. Solve and tell me the answer. Very good. Very good. அப்ப ரெண்டு கரெக்டா சால்வ் பண்ணுங்க. Equation the right. Yeah, Prenu, what are your equations? Minus read out. Read from your book. Minus 2m. Okay, Roshni. Read. Okay, first one.
Miss.
Okay, yes, Hari. Yeah.
Miss, for first equation, the minus 2m plus n is equal to minus 4.
Minus 2m plus n is equal to not minus 4, something else. Yeah. Behind. Anybody got the equation? How many of you got the second equation? M plus n is equal to minus 11. Okay, you got both. Very good. You also got, okay. Okay. What's the first equation you got? Sit down. First equation, minus 2m. Correct. அதுக்கப்புறம் simplify பண்ணப்புறம் என்ன வந்துச்சு? அப்படியே விட்டாச்சா அத? ஆமா. 16? அதான் சொன்னேன். கம்ப்ளீட்டா சிம்பிளிஃபை பண்ணிட்டு தான் அதெல்லாம் பண்ணோம். நம்பர்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஆட் பண்ணிடு. நிறைய நம்பர்ஸ் இருக்குல்ல அதெல்லாம் ஆட் பண்ணும். Somebody there tell me what equation you got first one? Oh, you divided by 2, is it? என்னக்கு 2 என்ன எப்படி டிவைட் பண்ணலாம் 2 ஆல? என்ன வந்து வெறும் என்ன தானே, அது 2n இல்லையே. Correct. Minus 2m plus n is equal to minus 2. Correct. Yeah, what are your equations? Yeah. Minus. Correct. Some of us have got the equations correct, but not the values for m and n.
Equations in the correct place.
Now, yeah. Online students, one minute. Online students, I've shared the answer now. Can you see my screen?
Yes, miss.
Yeah, please check where you've gone wrong. Yeah. So you tell. Yeah, what's your question? Loud or no? M is equal to minus 21 by minus 3. Come for division. Minus and minus will get cancelled on both sides. This is the linear equations in two variable linear equations in one variable 8th standard. Simple. 3m is equal to 21. M solve panno. M is equal to 21 by 3, 7. எங்களோட மிஸ்டேக் என்னன்னா நீங்க அந்த நம்பர்ஸ் எல்லாம் சிம்பிளிஃபை பண்ணோம். நீங்க அப்படியே 2 ஆல ஏதோ டிவைட் பண்ணல. ஆமா. Look at me. You should not go wrong. Who got it? Very good. என்ன சொல்ற? என்ன பண்ண? ஆமா.
minus 32 வந்துருச்சு.
Plus 32, minus 32 இல்லது. Plus 32.
அந்த இது இருக்குல minus 2 அந்த கீழ கொண்டு போயிட்டேன்.
இது ஃபுல்லா இங்க எப்படி n by 2 பண்ணலாம்? இது எப்படி 2 ஆல டிவிசிபிளா இல்லையே இது. அதனால தப்புன்ட்டு. எல்லாமே 2 ஆல டிவிசிபிளா இருந்தா தான் 2 ஆல டிவைட் பண்ண முடியும். Otherwise you should not divide. That's why you gone wrong. இது அந்த மாதிரி இதுல so this in the equation correct போட்டேன். And small letters தான் யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம், not capital letters. அங்க என்ன கேஸ்ல இருக்கு, lower case தான் யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். ஓகே. சோ நீங்க என்ன கத்துக்கணும்னா இத சிம்பிளிஃபை பண்ணணும். plus 32 அப்புறம் அந்த plus 32 இங்க வந்து minus 32. அப்புறம் என்னென்ன டேர்ம்ஸ் இருக்கு, minus 2m and minus 32. ஆனா என்ன divisible by 2 இல்லையே. So you should not divide by 2. Almost correct, but it's wrong. Almost correct is wrong. Yes, now please ask your doubts one by one. Where did you go wrong? So, நம்ம சில பேர் என்ன பண்ணிருக்கோம்னா இது இப்படி எழுதாம minus 2m plus n is equal to minus 32. Then you have divided by 2, correct? No, n அப்ப n by 2 எழுதணும் நீ. Divide by 2 பண்ணு, okay. But அப்ப n by 2 is n by 2 only. அது என்னன்னு எழுத முடியாது. But பண்ணக்கூடாது. Purpose solve ஆகல. 2 ஆல divide பண்ணிட்டு அங்க you understand, right? You will get a fraction n by 2. Then again you should take LCM, cross multiply. Correct? Then write the equations one below the other. Ingo signs மாத்தணும். Minus, plus. Plus n minus n cancel ஆயிடும். So minus 3m is equal to minus 21 because minus 32 plus 11 is minus 21. So how do you simplify this? Minus and minus will get cancelled. M is equal to 21 by 3. 3m is equal to 21. M is equal to 21 by 3. M is 7. Then you must substitute. So in the equation, M7 and substitute pannaka, 7 plus n is equal to 11. N is equal to 11 minus 7. N is equal to 4. Any equation you can substitute. First one or the second one. What's the time? Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Okay. Understood, children? I'll share a picture of this answer so that you can complete it at home. All right? All right, online students. Hari Pranav, you stay back. All right, children, that's it for today's session.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Good night. You may leave the call. Hari, just stay. Yeah. Yeah, good night.
Okay.
You understood now? Yeah, okay. Don't feel bad. Tomorrow, next class, another test, you'll do well. Yeah, thank you, Bhavish. Yeah, good night. Thank you, Sadhna and Sabarna. Good night. See you good night. One நிமிஷம். Yeah, see you girls. Good night. ஒரு நிமிஷம் இங்க நின்னுக்கோ. Yes.